Hello friends, come with me for NCERT reading. So you must take your NCERT book, open this chapter and listen carefully. You also listen this audio form. So let's start it. Human physiology. In chapter 16, digestion and absorption. Food is one of the basic requirements of all living organisms. The major components of our food are carbohydrate, protein and fats. Vitamins and minerals also required in small quantities. Food provides energy and organic material for growth and repair of tissue. The water we take in play an important role in metabolic process and also prevent dehydration of the body. Biomacromolecules in food cannot be utilized by our body in their original form. They have to be broken down and converted into simple substances in the digestive system. This process of conversion of complex food substances to simple absorbable form is called digestion and is carried out by our digestive system by mechanical and biochemical method. General organization of human digestive system is shown in figure 16.1. 16.1 Digestive system. The human digestive system consists of the alimentary canal and the associated glands. 16.1.1 Alimentary canal. The alimentary canal begins with an anterior opening the mouth and it opens out posteriorly through the anus. The mouth leads to the buccal cavity or oral cavity. The oral cavity has a number of teeth and a muscular tongue. Each tooth is embedded in a socket of jawbone. This type of attachment is called thecodont. Majority of mammals, including human beings, forms two sets of teeth during their life. A set of temporarily milk or deciduous teeth replaced by a set of permanent or adult teeth. This type of dentition is called diphyodont. An adult human has 32 permanent teeth, which are of four different types. Heterodont dentition, namely incisor, canine, premolar and molars. Arrangement of teeth in each half of upper and lower jaw in order ICPM is represented by a dental formula which in human is 2123/2123. The hard chewing surface of the teeth made up of enamels help in the mastication of food. The tongue is freely movable muscular organ attached to the floor of the oral cavity by the frenulum. The upper surface of the tongue has small projections called papillae, some of which bear taste bud. The oral cavity leads into a short pharynx which serves as a common passage for food and air. The oesophagus and the trachea in windpipe open into the pharynx. A cartilaginous flap called epiglottis prevents the entry of food into the glottis, opening a windpipe during swallowing. The oesophagus is a thin long tube which extends posteriorly, passing through the neck, thorax and diaphragm and leads to the J-shaped bag-like structure called stomach. A muscular sphincter in bracket gastroesophageal regulates the opening of oesophagus into the stomach. The stomach, located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity, has four major parts: a cardiac portion into which the oesophagus opens, a fundic region, body in main central region, and a pyloric portion which opens into the first part of small intestine. Small intestine is distinguishable into three regions: a C-shaped duodenum, a long-coiled middle portion jejunum, and a highly coiled ileum. The opening of stomach into the duodenum is guarded by a pyloric sphincter. Ileum opens into the large intestine. It consists of cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum is a small blind sac which hosts some symbiotic microorganisms. A narrow finger-like tubular projections, the vermiform appendix, which is a vestigial organ, arises from the cecum. The cecum opens into the colon. Colon is divided into four parts: an ascending, a transverse descending part, and a sigmoid colon. The descending part open into the rectum, which open out through the anus. The wall of alimentary canal from oesophagus to rectum possesses four layers, namely serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. Serosa is the outermost layer and is made up of a thin mesothelium epithelium of visceral organs with some connective tissue. Muscularis formed by smooth muscles usually arranged into an inner circular and an outer longitudinal layer. An oblique muscles layer may be present in some regions. The submucosal layer is formed of loose connective tissue containing nerve, blood, and lymph vessels. In duodenum, glands are also present in submucosa, the innermost layer lining the lumen of the alimentary canal is the mucosa. This layer forms irregular folds (rugae) in the stomach and small finger-like folding called villi in the small intestine. Figure 16.5. The cells lining of the villi produces numerous microscopic projections called microvilli, giving a brush border appearance. These modifications increases the surface area enormously. Villi are supplied with a network of capillaries and a large lymph vessels called lacteals. Mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete mucus that help in lubrication. Mucosa also form gland in the stomach (gastric gland) and crypt in between the bases of villi in the intestine (crypt of Lieberkuhn). All the four layers show modification in different parts of the alimentary canal. 16.1.12 Digestive gland. The digestive gland associated with the alimentary canal include the salivary glands, the liver, and pancreas. Saliva is mainly produced by three pairs of salivary glands: the parotid (cheek), the submaxillary (submandibular) (lower jaw), and the sublingual (below the tongue). These glands, situated just outside the buccal cavity, secrete salivary juice into the buccal cavity. Liver is the largest gland of the body, weighing about 1.2 to 1.5 kg in an adult human. It is situated in the abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm and has two lobes. The hepatic lobule are the structural and functional unit of liver, containing hepatic cells arranged in the form of cord. Each lobule is covered by a thin connective tissue sheath called the Gleason's capsule. The bile secreted by the hepatic cells passes through the hepatic duct and is stored and concentrated in a thin muscular sac called the gallbladder. The duct of gallbladder (cystic duct) along with the hepatic duct form the common bile duct. The bile duct and the pancreatic duct open together into the duodenum as the common hepatopancreatic duct, which is guarded by a sphincter called the sphincter of Oddi. Pancreas is a compound imbricate both exocrine and endocrine elongated organ situated between the limbs of the C-shaped duodenum. The exocrine portion secretes an alkaline pancreatic juice containing enzyme, and the endocrine portion secretes hormones, insulin and glucagon. Digestion of food. The process of digestion is accomplished by mechanical and chemical process. The buccal cavity performs two major functions: mastication of food and facilitation of swallowing. The teeth and tongue, with the help of saliva, masticate and mix up the food thoroughly. Mucus in saliva help in lubricating and adhering the masticated food particles into a bolus. Bolus is then conveyed into the pharynx and then into the esophagus by swallowing or deglutition. The bolus further passes down through the esophagus by successive wave of muscular contraction called peristalsis. The gastroesophageal sphincter controls the passage of food into the stomach. The saliva secreted into the oral cavity contains electrolyte, sodium and potassium chloride and bicarbonate, and enzymes, salivary amylase and lysozyme. The chemical process of digestion is initiated in the oral cavity by the hydrolytic actions of the carbohydrate splitting enzyme, the salivary amylase. About 30% of the starch is hydrolyzed here by this enzyme, optimum pH 6.8, into a disaccharide, maltose. Lysozyme present in saliva act as an antibacterial agent that prevent infection. Starch in presence of salivary amylase with pH 6.8 converted it into maltose. The mucosa of stomach has gastric gland. Gastric gland has three major types of cells, namely mucus neck cell which secrete mucus, peptic or chief cells which secrete the proenzyme pepsinogen, and parietal or agentic cells which secrete HCl and intrinsic factor factor essential for absorption of vitamin B12. The stomach stores the food for 4 to 5 hours. The food mixes thoroughly with the acidic gastric juice of the stomach by the churning movements of its muscular wall and is called the chyme. The proenzyme pepsinogen, on exposure to the hydrochloric acid, gets converted into the active enzyme pepsin, the proteolytic enzyme of the stomach. Pepsin converts protein into peptones and proteases in peptides. The mucus and bicarbonate present in the gastric juice play an important role in the lubrication and protection of the mucosal epithelium from excoriation by highly concentrated hydrochloric acid. HCl provides the acidic pH in pH 1.8 optimal for the pepsin. Renin is a proteolytic enzyme found in gastric juice of infant which help in the digestion of milk proteins. Small amount of lipases are also secreted by gastric glands. Various types of movements are generated by the muscularis layer of the small intestine. These movements help in a thorough mixing up of food with various secretion in the intestine and thereby facilitate digestion. The bile, pancreatic juice and intestinal juice are the secretion released into the small intestine. Pancreatic juice and bile are released through the hepatopancreatic duct. Pancreatic juice contains inactive enzymes trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase, amylases, lipases, and nucleases. Trypsinogen is activated by an enzyme enterokinase secreted by intestinal mucosa into the active trypsin, which in turn activate the other enzymes in the pancreatic juice. The bile released into the duodenum contains bile pigment in bracket bilirubin and biliverdin, bile salts, cholesterol, and the phospholipids, but no enzymes. Bile help in the emulsification of fats, that is breaking down of the fats into very small micelles. Bile also activate lipases. The intestinal mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete mucus. The secretion of the brush border cells of the mucosa along with the secretion of the goblet cell constitute the intestinal juice or succus entericus. This juice contains a variety of enzymes like disaccharidases in bracket maltase, dipeptidases, lipases, nucleosidases, etc. The mucus along with the bicarbonate from the pancreas protects the intestinal mucosa from acid as well as provide an alkaline medium in bracket pH 7.8 for enzymatic activities. Some mucosal gland in bracket Brunner's gland also help in this. Protein, proteases, and peptones in bracket partially hydrolyzed protein in the chyme reaching in the intestine are acted upon by the proteolytic enzyme of pancreatic juice as given below. Protein, peptones, proteases in presence of trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase converted it dipeptides. Carbohydrates in the chyme are hydrolyzed by pancreatic amylase into disaccharides. Polysaccharides in bracket starch in presence of amylase converted into disaccharides. Fat are broken down by lipases with the help of bile into di and monoglycerides. Fats in presence of lipases convert diglycerides, diglycerides again converted monoglycerides. Nucleases in the pancreatic juice act on nucleic acid to form nucleotides and nucleosides. Nucleic acid in presence of nucleases converted into nucleotide and again it converted into nucleoside. The enzyme in the succus entericus act on the end product of the above reactions to form the respective simple absorbable forms. These final steps in the digestion occur very close to the mucosal epithelial cells of the intestine. Dipeptides in presence of dipeptidases convert amino acids. Maltose in presence of maltase form glucose plus glucose. Lactose in presence of lactase form glucose plus galactose. Sucrose in presence of sucrase form glucose plus fructose. Nucleotides in presence of nucleotidases form nucleosides. In presence of nucleosidases form sugar plus bases. Di and monoglycerides in presence of lipases form fatty acid plus glycerol. The breakdown of biomicromolecule mentioned above occurs in the duodenum region of small intestine. The simple substances thus formed are absorbed in the jejunum and ileum region of the small intestine. The undigested and unabsorbed substances are passed on to a large intestine. No significant digestive activities occurs in the large intestine. The functions of large intestine are: number 1, absorption of some water, minerals, and certain drugs. Secretion of mucus which help in the adhering the waste in bracket undigested particle together and lubricating it for an easy passage. The Undigested, unabsorbed substances called the feces enter into the cecum of the large intestine through ileocecal valve, which prevent the backflow of the fecal matter. It is temporarily stored in the rectum till defecation. The activities of the gastrointestinal tract are under neural and hormonal control for proper coordination of different parts. The sight, smell, and oblique or the presence of food in the oral cavity can stimulate the secretion of saliva. Gastric and intestinal secretion are also similarly stimulated by neural signal. The muscular activity of different parts of the alimentary canal can also be moderated by neural mechanism, both buccal and through the sinus. Hormonal control of the secretion of digestive juice is carried out by the local hormone produced by gastric and intestinal mucosa. Calorific value of protein, carbohydrate, and fat in bracket boxed item not for the evaluation. The energy requirements of animals and energy content of food are expressed in terms of measures of heat energy, because heat is ultimate form of all energies. This often measured to as calorie or joule, which is the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree centigrade. Since this value is a tiny amount of energy, physiologists commonly use kilocalorie, kilojoule. 1 kilocalorie is the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water by 1 degree centigrade. Nutritionist traditionally refers to the kilocalorie as the calorie or joules in bracket always capitalized. The amount of heat liberated from the complete combustion of 1 gram food in a bomb calorimeter in bracket a closed metal chamber filled with air, oxygen, is its gross calorific or gross energy value. The actual amount of energy combustion of 1 gram of food is physiologic value of food. Gross calorific value of carbohydrate, protein, and fat are 4.1 kilocalorie per gram, 5.65 kilocalorie per gram, and 9.45 kilocalorie per gram respectively, whereas their physiologic value are 4.0 kilocalorie per gram, 4.0 kilocalorie per gram, and 9.0 kilocalorie per gram respectively. Absorption of digested product. Absorption is the process by which the end product of the digestion passes through the intestinal mucosa into the blood or lymph. It is carried out by passive, active, or facilitated transport mechanism. Small amount of monosaccharide like glucose, amino acid, and some electrolyte like chloride ion are generally absorbed by simple diffusion. The passage of these substances into the blood depends upon the concentration gradient. However, some substances like glucose and amino acid are absorbed with the help of carrier protein. This mechanism is called the facilitated transport. Transport of water depends upon the osmotic gradient. Active transport occurs against the concentration gradient and hence requires energy. Various nutrients like amino acid, monosaccharides like glucose, electrolytes like sodium ion are absorbed into the blood by this mechanism. Fatty acid and glycerol, being insoluble, cannot be absorbed into the blood. They are first incorporated into a small droplet called the micelles, which move into the intestinal mucosa. They are reformed into a very small protein-coated fat globule called the chylomicrons, which are transported into the lymph vessels in bracket lacteals in the villi. These lymph vessels ultimately release the absorbed substances into the food streams. Absorption of substances takes place in different parts of the alimentary canal like mouth, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. However, maximum absorption occurs in the small intestine. A summary of absorption in bracket site of absorption and substance absorbed is given in table 16.1. 16.1 The summary of absorption in different part of digestive system. Mouth. Certain drugs coming in the contact with the mucosa of mouth and lower side of the tongue are absorbed into the blood capillaries lining them. Stomach. Absorption of water, simple sugar and alcohol etc. takes place. Small intestine. Principal organ for absorption of nutrients. The digestion is completed here and the final product of digestion such as glucose, fructose, fatty acid, glycerol and amino acids are absorbed through the mucosa into the blood stream and lymph. Large intestine. Absorption of water, some minerals and drugs takes place. The absorbed substances finally reach the tissue which utilize them for their activities. This process is called assimilation. The digestive waste solidified into coherent phases in the rectum intestine, a neural reflex causing an urge or desire for its removal. The ejection of feces to the outside through the anal opening in bracket defecation is a voluntary process and is carried out by a mass peristaltic movement. Disorder of the digestive system. Inflammation of the intestinal tract is the most common ailment due to bacterial or viral infection. The infection are also caused by the parasites of intestine like tapeworm, roundworm, threadworm, hookworm, pinworm, etc. Jaundice. The liver is affected, skin and eye turned yellow due to deposit of bile pigment. Vomiting. It is the ejection of the stomach content through the mouth. This reflex action is controlled by the vomit center in medulla. A feeling of nausea precedes vomiting. Diarrhea. The abnormal frequency of bowel movement and increased liquidity of the fecal discharge is known as diarrhea. It reduces the absorption of food. Constipation. In constipation, the feces are retained within the colon as the bowel movements occur irregularly. Indigestion. In this condition, the food is not properly digested, leading to the feeling of fullness. The causes of indigestion are inadequate enzyme secretion, anxiety, food poisoning, overeating, or spicy food. PEM. Dietary deficiency of protein and total food calories are widespread in many underdeveloped countries of South and Southeast Asia, South America, and West and Central Africa. Protein energy malnutrition in bracket PEM may affect large sections of the population during drought, famine, and political turmoil. This happened in the Bangladesh during the Liberation War and in Ethiopia during the severe drought in mid-80s. PEM affects infants and children to produce marasmus and kwashiorkor. Marasmus is produced by a simultaneous deficiency of protein and calories. It is found in infants less than a year in age if the mother's milk is replaced by too early by other food which are poor in the bath protein and caloric value. This often happens if the mother has second pregnancy or childbirth when the older infant is still too young. In marasmus, protein deficiency impairs growth and replacement of tissue proteins. Extreme emaciation of the body and thinning of limb results. The skin becomes dry, thin and wrinkled. Growth rate and body weight decline considerably. Even growth and development of brain and mental faculties are impaired. Kwashiorkor is produced by protein deficiency accompanied by caloric deficiency. It results from the replacement of mother's milk by a high caloric, low protein diet in a child more than 1 year in age. Like marasmus, kwashiorkor shows wasting of muscles, thinning of limbs, failure of growth and brain development. But unlike marasmus, some fat is still left under the skin. Moreover, extensive edema and swallowing of the body parts are seen. Chapter completed. Thank you for watching.